Hello everyone and welcome to TheEndStep.com. Adam vs. James here. Today I'm playing the mono red deck of this new standard season. It's all the rage, it's doing well, and I'm playing it. So pretty self-explanatory deck. Most lists are pretty similar. Running through the one drops, I got 4 of the new Fire Drink Crusader, 4 Cacklers, and 4 Foundry Street Denizens. 2 drops, 3 Chainwalkers, or not 3, 4 Chainwalkers, 4 Emissaries, 4 Fire Strikers, and 1 Goblin Shortcutter as like a 5th Fire Fist Striker, 4 Phoenixes, and then 4 Shocks, 4 Lightning Strikes, and we're playing a Dynacharge just because we think it's pretty sweet. Essentially, that lets you Alpha Strike your whole team almost like a turn earlier instead of a creature spell, and does a ton of damage if you're in the right board position. 22 lands, and all mountains, and 4 Mutavaults. Pretty self-explanatory main deck.
Yeah, the big questions that you'll see with this particular build, this is based on Total Worlds and Reed Duke's list that they played. But their big thing was like 4 Mutavaults is where you want to be. The downside of that is you can't play things like, Ash Zealot and Boros Reckoner reliably. Boros Reckoners are on the sideboard just because they're like so good in the mirror match, and you play that gamble of, playing a Reckoner on turn 4 or 5 instead. So you're seeing a lot more like single color red cards in this deck versus the other kind of version of mono red. Like you could play like this version or the Fnatic of Mojis version, which is like Ash Zealot, Boros Dragonair, and Fnatic of Mojis. Like it's a much higher curve. This is like a much more like get under kind of deck and just get in there and finish the game quick.
Yep.
So that's what I have to say.
All right, sounds good. All right, well that's the main deck, and let's take a look at the sideboard.
Alrighty.
Alright, so here we are with the sideboard for the mono red deck. Playing 3 Burning Earths, just pretty much auto bring in against any 3-color deck. Usually you don't bring in against 2-color decks, but depending on the mana base, you can make arguments for it. It's mostly, at the moment, it's mostly for the Esper decks, but there are some new 3-color decks coming into existence, and people are trying out color combinations, and this helps keep them fair. And it punishes lots of like Scryland mana bases. Then we got 3 Busy Mortars just to kill things that are really hard for us to deal with, like Blood Barons or Loxodon Smiters and creatures like that. And Active Treason, this is kind of like not like a flex slot per se, but we're trying it out, we're experimenting with it. It's mostly to just take really giant dudes. I definitely can see cards like Colonial Hydra.
Yeah, it's definitely like a card like almost trying to get to the next phase of the metagame where like, because now we've seen aggressive control, like mid-range will pop up now. In the upcoming weeks, and like Active Treason generally is very good against mid-range. Yeah, so I think that's why we want to try it there.
Then we've got Flames of the Fire and Boros Reckoner for mirror matches or like small aggressive decks where these cards are tend to really excel at. There's lots of Pyromancer going around, and Flames is very excellent against something like that. Hammer of Perforos again for control, gives you that little more attrition and longevity in the matchups, and Skullcrack usually for since we're not the diecast anymore, it's usually for Sphinx's Revelation decks.
Yeah, it's usually red. Yeah.
But you can make arguments against like Trostani decks or people who bring in like weird stuff like that.
Yep.
Just trying to burn somebody out and finish the game quickly.
I don't even hate it against like all the whips now. Like if they go to like get their lifelink, you're like, guess what?
Yeah, that one turn where like it matters. Yeah. All right, well that's the sideboard, and we'll see how the games go. Thank you.
All right.